If you watched my video where I talked about countries to consider migrating to besides South Africa and what businesses to consider going into or looking into, you will know I focused on a certain type of work, and that was very intentional. I'm really of the opinion that the world is shifting. The economy as we know it is rebalancing, it's changing itself. And the truth is, for me, if your country does not produce anything, if services and consumption is all you are known for, things are probably very tough right now because of the changes in the economy. If you look at economies that are struggling right now, what they have in common is their consumption rate versus production, or how much they rely on imports, and they have very little they export. And when you depend on others for your basic needs to be met, whether it's food, fuel, or manufactured goods, sooner or later that dependency is going to catch up with you. Now let's focus on the African continent. For example, despite the challenges the continent is riddled with, many of the people in Africa have a natural hustle to them, and if they're not physically working towards building something or making something, they are out there sourcing raw materials or something of original roots or source to trade or to make. If they're not doing that, they're taking education very seriously when they can afford it. This video that I'm making right now is heavily inspired with what's going on in Burkina Faso, its potential, and the approach Ibrahim Traoré is making in the country. He is really flipping the script on what is possible and what it's going to take for things to actually change, to materialize in a country, in your country. And for me, the number one resource that Ibrahim Traoré has is people. He has numbers in the people. He not only does he have the numbers from people that love him, he just, manpower is the biggest resource one can have. That's through physical strength or their intellect, or the same. The thing that is really important to get together is people. And I believe he knows this, and he has taken it up and considered not just native people to Burkina Faso, but Africans as a whole. So you can say industrialization is coming to Africa. We are waking up and we're trying to see how we can manufacture locally, and that will come with AI as well, replacing some jobs. But much of Africa is still grounded in traditional methods of making, building, and creating real tangible value. So you might be wondering, why should I be fascinated with what's going on in Burkina Faso? Why should I care? What can this mean? What does this mean for me? And hopefully this video will inspire you, or at least give you food for thoughts, because if you see a country making moves in the way that Burkina Faso is doing right now, what you can watch out for is a very strong and growing middle class. You are looking at the early stages of a real economic stability. And when people start to experience stability, when people start to see results from their hard work, they trade more. They buy and sell more, and that unlocks opportunities everywhere. A middle class is business opportunities, development opportunity, progress opportunities waiting to happen. For decades, we have heard over and over again that Africa can't manage itself, and we have heard it time and time again that the continent is filled with puppets and outside interference. But when a true leader with a vision comes on the scene, like what we're seeing in Burkina Faso, a new type of hope is springing in people's hearts and minds, and that is the breeding ground for ideas, evolution, revolution, and development. Now, if we were in Thomas Sankara days, I would have said, you know, Ibrahim Traoré needs to have an unofficial or official slogan saying, "I didn't kill myself." But then again, he doesn't look like the kind of man who's scared of death. And right now, too many eyes are on him. In this digital world where news spreads very fast, you know, a woman during a protest actually said, if they touch him, I will join the Burkina Faso army myself. That tells you all you need to know about how the world feels about a true leader, how the world feels about Africa. I believe this woman was in a protest in the Caribbean or in London. So this is how much we have become connected. I've said it in one of my other videos, the rumbling, especially when the three countries, Mali, Burkina Faso and Niger, when they joined, those rumblings, the wars are rumblings. They're not good. A lot of lives are lost, but they are rumbling because of resistance. And that resistance is a hunger to cry out for better, for more, for the ability to stand on your own 2 feet as a country because you are able to. But anyway, I can go on and on, but essentially I'm here to say, whether it's gold, whether it's shea butter, whether it's tech parts, or whether it's tomatoes, okay? If you are producing, if you are able to produce, if you are able to make, you can thrive. And when you watch countries that are struggling right now economically, they are countries that once were, you know, in the space of making, producing, exporting, and then they started to heavily rely on services or on importation, and it's catching up essentially. And when you keep an eye on a country like Burkina Faso, watch out for a growing middle class, watch out for opportunities, watch out for examples on how you could do your own if you are a country leader or a team leader or a community leader, whatever it may be. I'm going to pause here. I'm going to look out for your comments in the comment section below. I'll be reading all of them because I do want to interact with you guys, and we want to keep following the story when it comes to the African continent, because a lot of good is coming, and it's coming in such a way that I think not many of us expected, but it's coming nonetheless. Yeah, stay safe in the meantime, and I will see you in my next video.